The Supreme Court hearing arguments today on a controversial immigration program for asylum seekers. At issue whether the White House can end the previous administration's so-called Remain in Mexico policy. NewsNation correspondent Evan Lambert is live in Washington. So, Evan, what are both sides saying on this?
Nichole, Missouri and Texas are suing to keep this program in place. Meanwhile, the Biden administration says it has the power to end it. The Supreme Court taking up an effort by the Biden administration to end the controversial Remain in Mexico immigration policy. It requires some asylum seekers at the U.S. border to wait in Mexico while their cases are being processed. Former President Trump instituted the policy in 2019 to deter migrants from applying for asylum and stem the flow of immigration at the southern border. President Biden attempted to end the policy on day one of his presidency, but lower courts ordered it reinstated after Texas and Missouri sued. The Biden administration arguing it has twice determined the policy, quote, is not in the interests of the United States. Some justices on the high court seems skeptical today of the claims of the Republican-led states, but it's not clear if there is a majority on the court who would support the Biden administration, which argues it has the discretion to change immigration policies.
This court should reverse the judgment below, and the secretary should be allowed to finally put his policy decision into effect.
After oral arguments Tuesday, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton reiterated his state's argument.
We're arguing that the Biden administration, just like the rest of us, have to follow federal law. They either have to detain them or send them back to their country of origins.
But Justice Sonia Sotomayor countered that can't happen without the cooperation of Mexico.
What are we supposed to do? Just drive truckloads of people into Mexico and leave them without negotiating with Mexico?
Since the policy was enacted by Trump, 68,000 migrants were subject to the program. This debate unfolding as the number of migrants caught crossing into the U.S. have reached record highs. Many Democrats and advocacy groups have argued the policy subjects migrants to inhumane and dangerous conditions, even kidnappings or other threats of violence from cartels. And Nichole, the White House announcing today that President Biden will meet with the Mexican president on Friday. That will take place virtually, and among the topics, cooperation on migration. Nichole?
Well, Evan, speaking of that, the Biden administration, faced a recent loss on another immigration policy, of course, talking about Title 42. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Nichole, so this was a federal judge in Louisiana yesterday who ruled against the Biden administration, saying that it could not end Title 42 earlier. Of course, this is the policy that allowed the U.S. to turn away many migrants in the face of the pandemic, not even allowing them to seek asylum. The White House saying late today that when Title 42 eventually does end, it will ramp up expedited deportations under existing law. Nichole?
All right. Evan Lambert in D.C. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.